So, okay, I want to show the difference between IP camera and then analog camera. When you take the analog camera, this brand is Dahua, and this brand should the same Dahua. One is IP and one is analog camera. So when the camera is analog camera, you see that here the connectors, we have DC port and then the BNC port. The DC port is for power, and then the BNC port is for video output to the recorder. Then we have the IP. With the IP, we have the DC connector, that's the power port, and we have RJ45 port. So with the RJ45 port, you can decide to use a PoE switch like this, or a PoE NVR. So when you are using a PoE switch or a PoE NVR, but this PoE switch, what you have to do is you take your cable, this Cat6 RJ45 terminated cable. So you connect one. This 4 ports is for the camera, so you can connect any one of them. Then you connect it to your IP camera. So with this, the power, sound, video, and then the data transmission all pass through this same cable. So when you're using a PoE switch, there's no need of connecting DC power to the DC port here again. But when you're using a switch, we have a switch. When you're using a switch, when you connect it to a switch, this is PoE switch, but we have a switch. When you have a switch, you connect it to the port, and then you connect it to your camera. But with this, your camera will not be powered because there's no power coming from the switch to the camera. So with that, you need an extra power to power the camera so that your IP camera can work or function. That's the difference between the analog camera and then the IP camera. But you can view the analog camera remotely on maybe on your mobile phone, your laptop, or any device or tablet. Likewise, the IP do the same thing. So with that, when you come to the PoE switch, this port over here, you connect one of these to your NVR, that's the recorder, and then you connect the other one to a router. Maybe you're using MTN router, Vodafone or whatever. You connect your router to this place, like as shown on the paper here. On the paper here, we have a router, PoE switch, the NVR, and then we have PoE NVR, and these are IP cameras. So with this place, when you have a PoE switch and you have an NVR and a router, what you have to do is you connect your camera to the PoE switch, connect the camera to the PoE switch, then you connect these ports as shown here. As these 2 ports shown here, you connect one to your router and then you connect the other one to the NVR. But when you are using a PoE NVR, with that one you don't need PoE switch. When you're using a PoE NVR, you don't need PoE switch. You just have to connect your camera straight to the NVR like this. After that, when you do the configuration, you see that your camera will display on your monitor. So that's the difference between the analog camera and then the IP camera. Thank you for watching. This is Marvin Electrical.